Poker is awesome. It's great.
Poker is absurd.
You know, where else in any other sport that you love, you know, can you play in the biggest, you know, event in the world?
Joe Blow can turn $10 into $1 million.
Poker's a fun game that requires a certain amount of skill, a certain amount of bluff, and a whole lot of luck.
You don't have to be physically strong. You don't have to be extremely intelligent. It's an everyday game for an everyday man.
It's a roller coaster. It is.
Poker is great when you win and horrible when you lose.
Poker is good, bad, and very ugly.
Poker is something you should do for fun and not for living.
It's a living. It's you know, they say it's a tough way to make an easy living.
You know, and that's what I love it.
It's like sex. Everybody thinks they're the best, but only a few know what they're doing.
Welcome back to another episode of the Party Poker Canadian Poker Championship, coming to you from the incredible Atlantis Resort and Casino, Bahamas. So far, the young internet qualifiers have gotten the better of the Las Vegas pros. Now, we've got a new crop of feature players, including Weber Kang and Ramsey Gerasi, who's a young Swedish pro who's had some terrific success, up against Dan Alsbach, representing the Las Vegas Old School. I'm Dave Scharf, your poker commentator. We'll be back with the action in minutes. You're watching the Party Poker Canadian Poker Championship.
Welcome to the Party Poker Canadian Poker Championship here at the Atlantis Resort in the Bahamas. When you see the Full Access logo right here, you are getting unprecedented behind-the-scenes footage from the glitz at the head table to intimate moments with the players.
I really don't have any superstitions, I guess, but I tell you a story is like I'm half Chinese, and I remember when I was a kid, a real good friend of my father's was going gambling. They go gambling for weeks at a time. And so he hauled out a wad of money. It was around Christmas time, and he asked me, he said, take whatever you want, buy yourself something for Christmas. And then when he went gambling, he lost over $20,000. But when I pulled out the money, I rubbed the top of his forehead. And that's very bad luck for Chinese people, to rub the forehead. Right? So if anybody touched me today or tomorrow, I'm in trouble.
I guess I have a lucky charm. My lucky charm is my picture of my two little girls. My two beautiful little girls, Madison and Taylor.
Yeah, I have my little chip here, my Seahawks chip that my buddy Albert got for me.
I have a stuffed alligator from McDonald's, which my 9-year-old son gave me about 5 years ago, which I always carry.
The shirt that I'm wearing is sort of my lucky charm. Last year I was actually down here in the Bahamas and had about a 2-hour run at the crap table, then took the same shirt over to Party Poker Million and wore that in the tournament and placed there. So now I'm wearing it again here, and I'm hoping it brings me to the final table.
My girlfriend, that's it. She's my lucky charm.
So does she stand with you when you play?
No. She doesn't even understand the game.
Well, I have a keychain with my wife and my son's picture on it, engraved. And that's what I used to just hold my cards. But no superstitions, I guess.
I got my father's lucky pocket watch. I collect pocket watches, and unfortunately my father passed away this year. And he went with me to the World Series of Poker when I finished 16th in 2004. And this is my first tournament since he's passed away, and I got the watch that he always carried with him. And had a couple interesting hands today, and said a little prayer to him each time, and every time my hand held up. So I think he's with me, and I just have a strange feeling I'm going to win this one.
Welcome back to the action at the Party Poker Canadian Poker Championship. We are in level 3. The small blind is 100 and the big blind is 200. You can see Dan Alsbach in his magnificent matching poker visor and shirt, and Dan is well known for his visors and shirts and how they coordinate. He and J.J. Liu made the trip down from Atlantic City to play this tournament in the Bahamas. Dan is the big blind to start the action, and under the gun, Weber Kang, who himself picked up $175,000. Weber's got pocket jacks under the gun, and he will make it 600 to go. Young professional player, Weber picked up $175,000 at the Bellagio back on October the 15th in a World Poker Tour season event. 10-8 suited on the button. And Omar Syed is going to make the call. Not an unusual call in No Limit Hold'em. You have position on your opponent. You've got a suited one gapper. Great implied odds hand. You're hoping for exactly the situation. You're hoping your opponent has a big pair. You're hoping you can hit a giant flop and take him off for a huge amount of chips. Both blinds fold, and to the flop we go. Flop is 5-6 of diamonds, 8 of clubs. Very interesting flop. Weber with the overpair. He's going to make it 1,700 to go. That's a big bet. There's only 1,500 in the pot. He's overbet the pot ever so slightly. He wants to end it right now. What does Omar want to do? This is actually exactly the kind of flop that Omar is looking for. He's a savvy player. He's in good shape and he knows it. And he's going to raise. He's got lots of chips. He's over 20,000 in chips. He's going to make it 4,000 to go. It's 2,300 back to Weber, who's got to be thinking, what does he have? Does he have a big pair that he's slow played? Does he have a draw? Has he got a diamond draw? What has he got? Weber's in a tough spot. Good play by Omar. Put the tough decision back onto Weber, who's only got a pair of jacks. Yes, they're an overpair. They're a small overpair. He could be slow playing. He's going to re-raise. You could be slow playing queens, kings, aces. You could flop a set. Weber's going to put the pressure back onto Omar. He's going to make it another 5,000. Omar faces a call of 5,000 chips into a pot of 14,500. With the diamond draw, you can't lay this down. You either have the best hand or you have the best draw. You're getting 3-1. You can't fold. Omar knows that. He's just considering, do I call or do I move in on him? Omar has decided to move it all in. I love the play. Put the tough decision back onto your opponent. If you're Omar, you think there's some small chance that Weber has flopped a set, but Weber has played the hand like he's got an overpair. That is what he has. Omar knows it. He's got the best hand. He's putting the tough decision back onto Weber Kang. Now Weber has to make a decision. If Omar has a set, you fold. If Omar has a draw, you call. You call the rest of your chips, almost 13,000, into a pot of 32. If Omar has anything other than a set, you have to put your chips in, cross your fingers. That's the question that Weber's asking himself. What does Omar have? He's going to call. It's a good call. 51% for Omar with 10-8. 49% for Weber with Jack-Jack. But with all that dead money in the pot, it's a good call. You're only a 2% dog. You got to make the call. Cross your fingers. Hope your jacks hold up, even though the odds right now favor Omar. The turn card, 7 of clubs, great card for Weber. There's one less chance for 14 outs to make it. It doesn't make it. The king on the river. Weber Kang has won a 45,000 chip pot. He is the chip leader in the tournament. He is winning the Party Poker Canadian Poker Championship. Wow. Omar, you're right. You were the favorite. You had the best hand on the flop. You played it well. You got all your money in the middle as a favorite. And that really is the key in No Limit Hold'em. When the money went in, who had the best hand? Well, when the money went in, Omar, with his measly 10-8, actually had the best hand. Not by much. 51%, 49%. Now you got to sit and watch. If you're Omar, you got to glance up, take a peek. You got to watch that guy stack 45,000 chips. Wow. There's no feeling like it. If you're Weber, the adrenaline is pumping. Bam! You've got 45,000 chips. You're stacking them up. On the other side of the coin, if you're Omar, you went from being among the chip leaders to being right on the felt and almost out of the tournament. You're burning.